For the longest time, it's been hard to get a Japanese phone number as a visitor, as the government has very strict rules around getting a cell phone number. That's why you don't see many options for SIM cards offering phone numbers. Until now, I've never come across an eSIM that offers a cell phone number. Finally, you can get an eSIM with both data and a real Japanese phone number. The company offering this is none other than Mobal.com. I really like Mobal because they're dedicated to helping foreigners who are working or traveling in Japan, and they donate a large portion of their profits to charity. One example is they fund over 14,500 meals a day for school children in Malawi. Mobal offering an eSIM with a real Japanese number is a really big deal. Let's go over the details why you may need a Japanese phone number for your trip to Japan. But first, you need to make sure your phone is unlocked and that your phone is eSIM compatible. If you're not sure, please check with your local carrier. Why do I even need a Japanese phone number? Emergencies. For some people, having a local Japanese number while you're traveling in Japan is an extra level of security just in case there is an emergency. Here's an example. Let's hope this never happens, but earthquakes are common in Japan, and if there's a big one, there could be damage to the infrastructure. If you have a Japanese phone number, there's a really good chance that you'll still be able to make phone calls, or better yet, be able to send texts. And if you have Mobil's eSIM plan, you can also receive texts and incoming calls for free, even international calls. And that could really give you peace of mind. You need to receive calls from back home. As I just mentioned, receiving incoming calls are free. However, if you want to make an outgoing call, whether it be domestically in Japan or internationally, that will cost you. More on that later. Receiving packages. This is actually the main reason why we like to have a Japanese phone number, as since we are long-term travelers, we receive packages all the time, no matter where we are in the world. And a phone number is usually always required for delivery purposes. A popular service in Japan is luggage delivery services such as Yamato Transport, and in order to send a package to another address, you need to provide a local Japanese number. If you're staying at a hotel, then that's no really big deal because you could just put the hotel's phone number. However, if you're staying in a place like an Airbnb or some other type of accommodation that won't provide you a phone number, then you need to have your own local Japanese number. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to send and receive your package. Making reservations. This is another reason why we like to have a Japanese phone number, as it's very common if you want to eat at, let's say, a specialty restaurant such as the Kirby Cafe or Pokemon Cafe, or even visiting some amusement parks such as Ghibli Park. You may need to have a Japanese phone number in order to make the reservation. What is included with an eSIM and phone number plan from Mobal? A real Japanese number from Docomo. Having a real Japanese number is important if you want to receive local calls in Japan. And you should have excellent coverage since you will be on the Docomo network. We've never had connectivity issues with Mobile, as Docomo covers 99% of Japan. And again, it includes free incoming calls and texts. Fast internet. In our usage, we usually have either 4G or 4G LTE speeds. Really fast. And I haven't ran any speed tests, but I've also never noticed any noticeable lag or any other issues except when we're going through a tunnel in a train. Hotspot. This is great if you want to connect multiple devices, or if you're a family, just make sure your device has the ability to tether to other devices. No minimum contract. You can cancel at any time because there really isn't a contract. This is why, even though Mobile lists this plan as a long-term plan, tourists can use it too. More on that later. How much does it cost? The base price for the eSIM with voice is 2,970 yen. Then you need to choose a monthly plan, which will incur a monthly cost. They start as low as 1,650 yen, which includes 1 gigabyte of data per month. Free incoming calls and texts. As mentioned, all incoming domestic and international calls, including texts, are free. Outgoing domestic texts, meaning to Japanese numbers, cost 33 yen per line, and the message can contain up to 160 characters. Outgoing calls to Japanese phone numbers cost 44 yen per minute, and it's the same for voicemail. Now, when you call internationally, it's a little bit different. You actually need to enter a prefix before you make the call. It's a little odd, but once you've done it a couple times, it becomes easy. And of course, you will incur a fee. The cost will depend on the country you're calling, but for the most popular countries, it'll be 65 yen per minute. For all other countries, it's 200 yen per minute. And if you don't want to pay for any of your outgoing calls, you can use the apps such as WhatsApp or Skype. So how do I get an eSIM with voice? First, when choosing your eSIM, you actually need to look under long-term plans, which is 90 days or more. This may seem a little strange because you probably aren't going to be staying that long, but that's okay. You still need to choose this option. The most important thing is remember to cancel your service once you don't need the number anymore. Since you're signing up for a long-term plan, it will renew at the beginning of each month. So just go to your account page and from there you can cancel. And don't worry, there's no termination fees. Second, you'll see the Japan Voice plus Data eSIM option. Click the Buy Now. Next, choose your delivery option for the access code. You can have it sent to your home country for free, or for less of a hassle, I recommend you just picking it up when you arrive in Japan. If you choose home delivery, you will be required to upload some verification. And here's why, according to Mobal. Japan has strict regulations about voice eSIM services, so we need to make sure you're the real owner of the eSIM. That means we can't just send you an eSIM by email. Instead, we have to mail you an eSIM access code. Or you can pick it up yourself at one of our pickup points in Japan. Just show your ID when you get there. It might sound weird, but these are the rules we have to follow. So this is why we choose to pick it up in Japan. We just show our ID and they give us the access code. Once you have your access code, you log into your account. This information will be provided to you during your sign-up process. Then you choose your plan. They start as low as 1,650 yen per month for 1 gigabyte of data, and go all the way up to 4,378 yen if you want 30 gigs of data. I personally would go for the 30 gig plan because I think it's a bargain for what you get. Finally, install your eSIM, and you may need to enter APN settings depending on your device setup. And that's it, you should be up and running. I'll leave my affiliate link in the description below where you can purchase this eSIM from Mobal, as well as a bunch of other links to related products such as a pocket Wi-Fi. Are you going to be getting an eSIM with a Japanese number? Or do you just need an eSIM with data? Or a regular SIM card? If you don't need an eSIM with a Japanese number, then watch this video next as I go over the 3 best eSIM data plans for your Japan trip. Or if you're still deciding whether or not you need a SIM card, eSIM, or even a pocket Wi-Fi, then you can watch this other video. Thanks for watching.